All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And I'm so thankful that we're all here together to talk about what's going on in the incredible markets of Dallas and Austin, Texas. We have two of the finest agents in both of those markets who have agreed to join us today to talk about what you can get at different price points in those markets. My name's Chuck Marcourt. I'm with Red Real Estate Group at Keller Williams Larchmont, Keller Williams Luxury, here in Los Angeles, California. And what I know and what the sponsors of this event know is that you have discriminating tastes. If you're watching this, you're probably in the email networks or in the sphere of the sponsors of this program, the SoCal Keller Williams Masterminds Group. And that means you're used to working with luxury agents who know how to provide white glove service and to continue that service from the moment they meet you for the rest of your life. Because what we're all looking for are clients for life. And that's why we chose the two agents that we chose, Kimberly Davis from Dallas and Ricky Kane from Austin, Texas. And they're the quality agents that you're going to want to talk to if you're thinking about moving to those areas. They're going to be speaking with us on a number of subjects, from the market in their respective cities to what you can expect at different price points from low to high. And then we're also going to be looking at just some really fun properties that are a hoot to talk about. Since we're talking about Texas, apparently I'm going to be talking about things being a hoot and saying howdy a lot. It's just what I do. I can't help myself. I should move to Texas. All right, so with that having been said, I'm just going to kind of flip-flop between sharing my screen and not for just a little bit. And I'm bringing that up now, our just the PowerPoint presentation, just so you can see what's going on. So here we are, new home destinations, Dallas and Austin. The sponsors that we have for this specific webinar include the Hoffman Murphy real estate team in the South Bay area of Los Angeles, Chezzy Pagano and Associates in Orange County, Laguna Beach, all those wonderful areas. Dave Knight Real Estate Team in Pasadena and surrounding areas, and of course Red Real Estate, my one and only that I actually own with my husband and business partner John Barentine, who you may see on one of the screens here. We are going to be talking with Kimberly Davis and Ricky Kane, and we're actually going to go ahead and get started with Kimberly. We're just going to jump right on into things here. And Kimberly, I'm hoping that you can just tell us a little bit about yourself first. How long have you lived in Dallas?
I thank you first of all for allowing me to be here this evening. I'm excited about speaking about my native city. I am a native of Dallas, Texas, of the area, born and raised in McKinney, Texas, which is about 30 minutes north of downtown Dallas. So graduated from college here locally at the Texas Women's University, and just been here since I was a child. So seeing the growth and the boom from wagons to Lamborghinis has changed overnight, right? From being a Texan and coming from a rural area of North Texas proper. So been excited to be here and be in the real estate business for about 20 years so far. So.
And you are super successful. You could move anywhere in the country or anywhere in the world for that matter. What's keeping you in Dallas? What is that special spark that makes you
Trust me, it's so hard because I'm so tempted right now to definitely expand our team to another country on a beach, right? So what keeps me here truly is it's like Ricky said, we have such diversity. As a child growing up in a rural area, we didn't see a lot of diversity and just culture coming through the pipeline as a kid growing up. And after the 90s, we had the headquarters being provided here in Plano, Texas. And Plano, Texas is the headquarters of Bank of America, JCPenney, Frito-Lay, numerous amounts of companies. And it just brought such culture. Liberty Mutual, now Toyota, obviously branched here with their headquarters about 2 years ago now. And so just seeing the constant it's just versatility, just having a diverse group of corporations that are here has really given us a lot of personality. And we have an affordable opportunity. It's a very nice and clean city, and very safe, and just lots of master plan concepts for family. And those master plan concepts also offering tons of variety of lifestyle homes, right? From anywhere from zero lot lines to where you don't have to have any maintenance to the estate lots that are acreage communities in most of the subdivisions here in the North Texas area, from guarded subdivisions to just privately owned and independently operated subdivisions as well. So it's just kept me here. I love sports. I'm a sports fanatic. I play golf. And now we have the PGA headquarters being built out and opening up 2 championship golf courses. You mentioned that you play golf, Carlos. Come join me. So we have the PGA coming here in 2022, and the subdivision is quite an excitement. I think that may be my next move, is in the PGA community. So that is going to be another exciting piece that just keeps me thrilled. So it's just a matter of, I love flying out of DFW Airport, connecting location that, just keeps you from having to have 25 different connection flights around the country. It's a one-stop shop. So we really love that as well for traveling. And so all of that has just kept me here, quite honestly, just knowing that everything is new, and this spoils you a bit, right? Where you don't have to worry about buying older homes. So just the diversity of that as well. I think that gives us a lot of personality and convenience, as well. I said, like Dallas Mavericks, if I want to go to a game, I'm on the tollway and I can be to downtown Dallas to see the Mavericks play within 17 minutes off the North Dallas tollway. So, that kind of convenience for the Cowboys. And, the Cowboys is now here in Frisco, Texas, which is centrally located once again off of 121 down the street from DFW Airport. From Frisco, you have the airport, you can access DFW within 20 minutes, as well as the Dallas Stars headquarters within 20 minutes as well from DFW Airport. So just all the conveniences keep you here. Restaurants galore, right? Lakes.
You've got it all. You've got it all. Why would you move?
Yeah, definitely. It's hard to not get out of here.
You really need just to go work for the community, or what was called the Travel Bureau, Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to move to Dallas now. And so, how long have you been in real estate, Kimberly?
Exactly 20 years. I just celebrated my 20-year anniversary.
Congratulations.
The first. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
That's excellent.
To be in the business.
And how large is your team?
Wow, we have a 10-man team at this point. It's 10 of us total.
Oh, right on. That's
so a 10-man team, and we have a luxury division on our team as well with Keller Williams here. And we've been with Keller Williams the exact 20 years the entire time.
Well, let's go ahead and jump on to, I'm going to share my screen again so that we can see some of these great properties that you were talking about. Now, what's the average sales price there in?
Right now, about 350, 355, 357 in most of the surrounding areas here.
And you were given the task of choosing 3 different price points where people are likely to want to spend their money, and in different neighborhoods. And so we're just going to, come on, baby, you can do it. All right, let me stop sharing. Let me go see what's going on with this program that now it's not. There we go. Awesome. All right, so now I just need to come back to you really quickly. Somehow, there we go. Let's share the screen once again. All right, can you see that? First property?
Sure.
I want it.
I want it. And it's supposed to be something it's not doing right now. Come on, baby.
I see it.
Okay. It's supposed to be going to full screen mode. There we go. All right. So tell us a little bit about where this property is located, something about the neighborhood and what people can expect about it, just real briefly.
You bet. So no, it is, majority of all the properties that I sent to you we're on the corridor of 121, which leads you directly into the DFW airport, as well as the growing trend of the headquarters of like the Dallas Cowboys and many of those corporate locations that we mentioned. So this is in Carrollton, Texas. So Carrollton, Texas is the older city and many master plan golf course locations there. This is a patio home that has a very small
Hey, Kim, we're losing you a little bit.
$75 a year, which includes neighborhood. But again, a 3 bedroom, 2.5 property, a bathroom for 290,000 in a private little community of around 400 houses that range in between 275 to 300, just shy under 400,000. And those type of houses sell within a 3-day period for the most part. And here in Dallas, most of these houses are all gone in a day and have multiple bidders that are looking to buy. But overall, well-built home, built in the early 1990s, and just a sought after neighborhood that offers all brick for the most part. Many of our houses here in the North Texas area are all 100% brick product. You find, really no siding houses here. And we take pride in having a true clay fire brick product in North Texas.
Right on. And so I'm just going to kind of scroll through these. And if there's something in particular you want to point out, please do. But it looks like they give you living rooms. That's always a good start.
The majority of all the houses that are selling for the most part here in North Texas, you're going to find 285 to, and more are going to generally have hardwood floors. And majority of that product, that's 285, is going to have updated quartz countertops, white cabinets, the casing, crown molding. Every house around here, for the most part, has crown molding throughout, vaulted ceilings throughout, and updated tile and bathroom renovations under right at 285 to 300,000.
What you're really
so I love this product also because I'm.
Hey Kim, we lost you for just a moment.
Am I
You're there now? Thank you.
Okay. So I was saying that many of our real estate investors, that come from around the country, I'm like, Ricky, we're finding that in our 140 transactions this year, we probably have about 15% of our buyers were from California. And, from buying real estate investment properties to second residential to primary residential homes as well. So, but this is an investment, dream, because a house like this is renting for anywhere from $1,800 to $2,300 a month, right? So it's truly cash flowing as well. So, the biggest competition for a primary occupant here in North Texas is the real estate investor, because our properties are huge cash flowing properties, because of just the cap rates for renting.
And what we're finding is people that we're sending your way are buying properties now that they intend to live in at some point, but they're purchasing them now while the interest rates are the way they are, and cash flowing beautifully, as you just described. But they're planning on renovating them and living in them after they've leased them out for 5 or 10 years.
But excellent decision. I mean, legacy wealth building in North Texas, not having a state tax in a low tax base of 2.1 to 2.2% just makes sense when it comes down to, our apartment complexes and what they're charging. Clearly is allowing investors to really take advantage of a patio concept just like this home.
And so this is pending right now at 290. Did I understand that correctly?
Correct.
Yeah, that's excellent. So let's move up a notch. And here we are in Highland Village. And real briefly, what can you tell us about this neighborhood?
This is an older neighborhood. And as you can see, this house was built in, the late 80s, 1989, an older custom home. And it is about 15 minutes in Flower Mound area here, Highland Village. That is about 15 minutes from the DFW airport. And it backs up to Lake Louisville, which is a 23-mile, one of the largest lake here in the North Texas area, with tons of restaurants, tons of recreation, just a play lake, right? Where most people are out just hanging out and enjoying family time. and being able to water ski quite a bit. But this neighborhood is in a lake community in Lake Louisville, and it has a beautiful pool, and 450,000 for 3,500 square feet. Should I say any more? Right? It's just
What more can you say?
right. It's the Palladium arch windows. I believe that that's our Texas signature that Ricky probably also can identify. The Palladium entrances that we all have around here, the Palladium windows, and just that's our Texas signature with the Palladium entrances. So I believe that that's one of the biggest. It stands out the most with most of our Texas houses here with that type of entrance. Now this one has about 9-foot ceilings in this house. And again, you can see a big spacious family room that offers family entertainment and just a welcoming backyard that opens up directly to our covered backyard.
And I have to
Over in the
mention
DFW airport area that is west of, sorry.
I just want to mention, there were about 20 or 30 wonderful photos that I wanted to use, but I had to pick and choose. And they're actually the formal dining room. I just wanted to point that out on this one. But this was such a beautiful curvilinear room with the bay windows. Almost, it's not bay windows, but it has that feeling to it as you can step outside of the pool from the little breakfast nook here.
Sure. So yes, it's I would say that this couple built this house and had been in it all these years, and we literally just went under contract with that one last month, and just it was great. This was a relocation buyer from California that our buyer's agent put into this home, and look at the long kitchen and the inviting area that you have with the granite countertops, white cabinets. Under 450,000, that's a great price, right? For the lavish lifestyle that you have in the backyard with the recreational style backyard.
What did this actually close at?
Exactly at 450.
450. There you go. And yet another living room, entertainment area with a bar.
That is upstairs in the game room. So that was one of the dated areas of the house where they did not install the granite. But look at the potential and the opportunity. This house had all brand new windows, all the light fixtures were updated, and a large game room overlooking your tranquil backyard. That's inviting, and seeing your grandkids or family or children playing in your backyard was it was a treat to sell that property. Master suite that had been partially updated about 10 years ago. So that's their master bathroom there, and very spacious and walk-in shower, and the that has also been updated, and you can see that many of the buyers really appreciated that because again, DFW Airport within 15 minutes for 450,000, and then in a lake community, just
There's so much room there, you don't know whether to shower or to have a square dance.
right. Now, see, I think Austin's a little bit more rural, believe it or not. So Ricky knows how to pretzel and two-step. That happens more in Austin than it does in the Frisco area.
Right. I'm looking forward to seeing that, Ricky. So let's move on to Frisco, Texas, in this particular neighborhood. What can you briefly tell us about this neighborhood? Can you hear me?
I can. So the slide still is showing Highland Village on my screen.
Oh,
Okay. So this property is in a subdivision that is about 5 minutes from the Dallas Star. And what I love about this subdivision is that it's a custom home community. This was built by a builder by the name of Shattuck Homes, and you guys may have heard of Shattuck Homes even in Austin, Texas. However, this was built by Shattuck Homes in 2012, and it's great because within 3 to 4 minutes you can get in your car. And the one thing that I love about North Texas, especially Frisco has been really made for the family lifestyle. So you can many of our families are dropping their children off at the Dallas Star because they have a huge practice facility that you can see the Cowboys, practice, when they're winning. It's more exciting, clearly. However, you're able to see the Dallas Cowboys practice there, as well as there is a huge turf field for kids. And the turf field is right in the center of all of the entertainment and restaurants, which are 4 and 5 star restaurants that surround this entertainment area of turf. So you can sit at the patio and you can go work out at one of the exclusive gyms there as well, and it's all open to the actual turf field that all these kids play football and go in and out watching the Dallas Cowboys, and being able to also still entertain with their family. So it's very family oriented. And this location is nearest it. And so it's a community that offers a community pool, community park, and quality custom craftsmanship, for 589,000
It's
for
absolutely
4,000 square
unbelievable. I
feet.
was shocked. I was shocked, Kim, when I saw that this was 589.
You see the architectural style, right? And the roofs and the cost of construction. It's really hard to duplicate that and to have such quality of construction for 589,000. I think that's today to build this house right now for 4,089 square feet. I'm probably going to be in the mid sevens with new construction around here with the same style builder. So when properties like this come to the market, which many of these properties that are built after 2010 offer foam encapsulated roofs, which are huge energy savings here. Huge energy savings. I mean, so houses like this built after 2010 and 12, we're seeing our electricity bills being 125 bucks a month just because they're very well built and have radiant barrier roofs as well as vinyl windows. So a huge savings that our builders are passing on to our consumers in North Texas just by having some of the better quality of energy savings features in all of our houses here.
When you see the open design, it's absolutely stunning. That coffered ceiling. This kitchen is to die for.
Absolutely. Plantation shutters. I mean, just the distressed wood floors and just the open concept, right? Just all the lighting that's also included in this one. And what you're finding in 2012 is interesting because now, we're finding that the majority of all the builders are using white cabinets, white trim. 10, 12, you saw more of the darker, the darker woods, and now everything is gray and white for the most part with all of our new construction and our specs that our builders are putting on the ground at this point. But it's really hard to duplicate this much at this point with a home like this, which offers so much craftsmanship.
And again, just the volume of space, the volume of the ceilings. I had to include this media room, which are hard to come by here in LA, but everyone wants one. And then the big backyards, of course.
Exactly. Everything is big in Texas, right?
Everything's big in
and most of our houses, they come with the sound systems, the projectors, and the projector screens. Usually when you're buying here, that is the package that comes with the house. This one offers a smaller, covered porch area. And this particular community, this is in what we call Newman Village, which is a gated community that is a custom home community. Many of our NBA, NFL, many of the PGA golfers, professional tennis players reside in Newman Village. It is a community that the price of entrance for Newman Village is around $750, and it goes for about $750 to 3.5, just shy of $4 million. So this particular home here, we recently just sold about a month and a half ago. And it was a retired NFL player. And as you can see, 5-bedroom, 4.5 bath, oversized lot for $1.2 million.
I just got to say to everybody who's watching this from California, can you imagine having 5,000 square feet of exquisite character home for $1.2 million? That's just incredible. How you doing, Kim? Can you hear us?
I think it's really a hard. I think, yes, it seems like I faded out there for a moment, but if you guys can hear me. So it's really is amazing. We had about 10 offers on this particular home within 24 hours. And but it's one of a kind. It's right across the street from the green belts and park in the community. And there are three parks in this particular neighborhood, as well as tennis courts. There's three neighborhood swimming pools in Newman Village. And the development was developed by Newman Village Partners, which is a local family, the Newman family, that developed this particular community. So there are lots of requirements that they take to heart in making sure that they're protecting the neighborhood in this particular community. And their deed restrictions and the builders that are allowed in this particular neighborhood they're one of a kind. They're very, it's prestigious, right? And so it was a joy to see this craftsmanship come together and with such personality. The lighting, as you can see, was very exquisite. And just lots of entertainment space. This was a family of like 6 kiddos and 2 adults that lived in this home. So they had a blast, as you can see, with all the entertainment space.
I had to include this photo. I love these little sleeping couches, napping couches on the balcony, these broad balconies. And again, the huge backyard. And does this have a community pool as well?
So yes, Newman Village has 3 community pools, as I mentioned earlier, and about 3 parks that are also included in this. And they have the estate lot section, and then this is a standard size lot, which are lots that are anywhere from 75 feet wide up to about 150 to 160 feet deep.
Wow. Well, that's incredible. What a wonderful overview of possibilities in Dallas and the different neighborhoods. And there's so much more that people could potentially find out, of course, about and discover.
What's really interesting about this, and it's becoming quite an attraction here, is that we have many of our houses that have casitas. So that one property that you were just showing also offered a casita, which was a private opportunity for the in-laws to move in, and they had the in-laws living in the casita there on the property, which is, a big draw right now here in the North Texas area.
Excellent. Kimberly, thank you so much for sharing all that, but don't go anywhere because we're going to have questions for you. And actually, why don't we do that right now? Is there anyone who has a question about the Dallas area that you'd like Kim to answer? All you have
I do. Sorry, I jumped in a little late, guys. Good to see you. Hi, Ricky. So Kim, I own a couple properties in Dallas, one in Frisco and one in McKinney. And I bought right before Toyota moved there, thinking that it would do really, really well. I've seen some growth, but not a lot. I don't know if it's just a neighborhood. Maybe I'll talk to you offline some other day to see if you can help me figure out if there's value in there to sell them or do something. I have tenants in them, and they do have a really good return on the investment, by the way, for everybody that wants to invest in Dallas. I may just do a 1031 or move them somewhere else. So I'm just wanted to talk to you about that offline, I guess. But just my general question, I guess, is where do you see Dallas going? Because I know that all of a sudden a lot of people going to Austin as well. And I see a lot of growth in Austin. So I'm just trying to see or compare where that might be going in the future.
I think it depends on just what you're looking to achieve, right? And where you're, as far as the money that you've been able to, honestly gain in the property. How long have you owned the properties here?
About 3 years now.
About 3 years. So right now, I think that you've had a great stretch. And what we're seeing the last 3 years is about a 10% appreciation in this area, especially in McKinney and Frisco. And I think that McKinney's, ratio for the cap rate for rentals has been really giving. So I think that it just depends on what's most important to you. Because right now we don't see that our rental rates are going to be coming down anytime soon. Just because of just the huge surge right now, there's still a shortage in rentals on the market. So I think it's just a matter of what's important to you about, selling.
I don't mind hanging on to them again. I don't want to make it about me, guys, but just real quick, I just wanted to see if you saw any more potential continued growth. There are still companies moving to Dallas.
Yes.
How do you see it compared to Austin or different areas?
Okay. I would love to talk with you offline so that you can get my opinion on what our market's going to continue to do and
Okay, great.
benefit to you. Absolutely. Would love to do that.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, Chessie. I'm so excited to see you. And it looks like Mary joined us as well. How you doing, Mary?
Hey there, how are you? Sorry, it took me a second to unmute. Chessie, how are you?
Good to see you, Mary, or
Good.
not see you.
Well, yeah, not seen. I know, I don't think I should be seen right now, but yeah, I'm on because my daughter's a freshman at TCU and seems like there's a mass exodus from California and looking at possibly purchasing rental properties in the Dallas area as well. I'm headed there in about 3 weeks and just want to spend a week or so driving around. Of course, I'm a member of all these different Facebook groups, like Leaving California for Texas, for Tennessee, for all of these other areas. And I'm just trying to educate myself on, the McKinney versus the Frisco versus the Highland Park, versus, all of the areas to see, what would be the best investment.
Excellent. We'll make sure to get you in contact with Kimberly Davis, Mary.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about Austin now. Just head south about how many miles? About 300 miles?
Well, we just got back from Dallas. My wife's family's she lives up there, and we just got back from Thanksgiving. And because of the reduced traffic, we actually made the commute from Richardson, Dallas area to Southwest Austin in 3 hours and 10 minutes. And Kim, you know how incredible that is.
That is good.
Usually it's about 4 hours, 4.5 hours, because you get stuck in these little areas, somewhat little areas like Waco. And we just didn't experience that. But usually it's about a 4-hour commute. It took us 3 hours and 10 minutes, and I was celebrating.
Excellent. How long have you been in Austin, Ricky?
I am 45, and I moved here with my family from California when I was 9 years old. So I think I'm pretty much from here. I grew up here. I grew up in a smaller town. It's bigger now. It's called Georgetown. It's about 20 minutes, 30 minutes north of Austin. And then I moved here in 1994, and I haven't looked back. Austin's the greatest city on the planet.
So tell me, why is it the greatest city on the planet?
Well, when you think of the economy, it's just such a strong economy with the universities, with all the technology companies. I always like when investors come here and people come here and they ask about appreciation and investment and everything else. While many of the areas around the country are down 10, 20, 30, 40% in 2007 to 2010, our lowest year-over-year appreciation, positive 2.9%. After that, 4.1. And so when people want to invest in an area and feel confident about the money that they're spending, I always go back to that example because it shows the resiliency of our market. We also, again, got voted the fastest growing big city in the country. We have a net of 169 people coming here per day. And so that's another awesome reason. And the third and most important reason why I love my city, our motto is keep Austin weird. Let the silence do the lifting, right? So keep Austin weird. It's such an amazing motto. And what it means is we're different. We don't have chain restaurants everywhere. We don't have concrete jungles. We have parks. We have green belts. We have lakes. We have all this outdoor space. We support local businesses. We have local dining options. They control how many chains can be in a certain proximity. We just are big about keeping it local, and we like to say we like to keep it weird. So our motto is keep Austin weird, and it's something I really resonate with.
That's great. That's great. And you do, and you are.
Yeah, I love it here.
You wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, the only time I leave is usually it's Dallas to see family or the Caribbean. That's pretty much it.
Excellent. And so how long have you been in real estate, Ricky?
I am about to approach my 15th year, and just like Kim, I've been with Keller Williams the entire time. We're right about to pass a landmark of being blessed to serve over 1,500 people during that time. So we're really excited about that. Our team right now, there's 16 of us. I work with our affluent clients. I pretty much run our human resources. I'm the director of growth, and I also run our Fine Austin Estates luxury brand within Kame Realty Group, which is a part of the Keller Williams luxury brand as well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And so let's go ahead and let's see if this happens a little bit easier this time. Yes, it did. How
There
lovely
you
is
go. You're a
Awesome.
seasoned vet now, Chuck. And hey, before you go into this, I just want to thank you for doing this. What a great value to provide to your network in doing something like this. I just think I can't applaud you enough for putting this together.
Well, it's my pleasure. And what we want to do is connect great people with great people and make sure that people fall into the hands of agents who are going to treat them the way that they deserve to be treated. So thank you for that. All right, let's see if this, yes, it did.
And I want to start off by saying I took a little bit maybe different approach, and my thought process here, Chuck, was to show only Austin. A lot of people think that because you can go 30 minutes outside of Austin and get a beautiful estate property with 5,000 square feet for 650,000. I wanted to highlight Austin specifically because we're starting to get this reputation that Austin's high priced. And so I wanted to show what you could actually get in Austin still. If you go out to areas like Georgetown, Cedar Park, Leander, Pflugerville, all these different areas, you can get these gorgeous properties for 400, 500, 600,000. I wanted to show people what it looked like to invest in Austin proper and live in Austin proper, to show that it's still affordable and you can get amazing properties within Austin and be within 10, 15, 20 minutes from downtown.
That's wonderful. And so tell us about this neighborhood.
Yeah, so this is a neighborhood in Southeast Austin. It's about 15, 20 minutes from downtown, which is great for rentals, for entertainment, for professors. This neighborhood's going to be on average about 300,000. I wanted to show, because the average price in Austin is 375. So I wanted to show something far below that average to show people that you can actually get a pretty nice home for a lower price. When I first got in the business, the average price in Austin was 225. So it's changed quite a bit. So I specifically wanted to show a property like this to show that you can get in a pretty good, nice neighborhood, a recently built home. It's not trashed out, and good proximity to Austin, and kind of show people what that looked like.
Right on. And so what would this home rent for?
This home would probably rent for about $1,600 to $1,700 a month.
Right on. Hey, Carlos has a question for you really quick. Carlos, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hey, Ricky, so this is priced at 250. Will you be getting 30 offers on this? Or will
This-
it sell around?
This
250?
one, I would have to check with my beautiful bride, Cootie K. I believe this one went under contract or is about to go under contract. And it was, I want to say, about 7 to 10 offers. But that's not just specific to that price point. That's specific to properties in Austin proper. As long as it's under 2 million, even the homes, there was a property the other day that was at 1.2 and it wound up getting, we got 1.5 cash, 7-day close. So pretty much anything in Austin proper under 2 million is seeing that. Even before the pandemic, it was seeing about half of that.
Excellent. And so this is 250,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet on a decent sized 6,500 square foot lot built in 1994. And come on, there we go. So it's it's not terribly luxurious inside, but it's solid, it's clean, it's got good wood floors.
Great for, yeah, great for renting.
Right?
Yeah, look, stainless steel appliances. It's a nice home. It's a good starter home, and it's a great home too for a potential rental.
Yeah.
You can see they've done some work in the bathroom, so that's nice.
Mhm.
Definitely not as nice as some of these properties Kim had, but I wanted to show that it's possible to buy stuff under 300 and be pretty decent, close to downtown Austin, and be a great investment. We have people scooping up 4 or 5 of these at a time.
Yeah, I can imagine. And again, I'm sorry, what did you say it could potentially rent for?
16, 1700.
That's what I would expect. And so tell us about this Redlands property.
Yeah, so this one, I had to show this one. This was, y'all, this was the 5th client I ever had a transaction with. And we were blessed to be able to help them sell their home. And so we're actually under contract now, of course. I think we're under contract for about 10 over list. And this property is in an area called Crestview. It's just north of UT campus. A lot of homes from the 50s and 60s. A lot of them were actually built by military folks as well. This area is really popular because it has good schools. It's about 15, 20 minutes from downtown Austin. It's about 5 minutes to UT. There's a lot of entertainment areas around this location. There's different neighborhoods too. There's Crestview, which is where this house is located. There's another neighborhood closer to Mopac called Allendale that's very popular. This entire area, average price point's about $750. And this is pretty common for what you would get for a really nice remodeled home at 1614 square feet. A lot of them only have 1-car garages, or if they had a garage, they've converted it into living space just because of the high dollar per square foot values in the area. Most of them have a craftsman style look. Very rare to see a 2-story. When we helped them buy this house 14 years ago, it did not look like it does now. They did a lot of really nice work. And a trend that we're seeing too with a lot of people that are living in Austin, like these folks as an example, they're able to sell this and then go pay cash in Cedar Park or Liberty Hill for a $400,000 house that's just as nice, but twice the size. So we're seeing a lot of trend of people doing that where they're becoming empty nesters, or they can work from home. And they're using this money that they've made by having a house in Austin and going to the suburbs and getting a house twice the size and paying cash for it.
I have to ask you what Mopac is.
So Mopac is our inner city highway. It connects the north side of town to the south side of town. Then on the east side of Austin, we have Interstate 35 that goes all the way down to South Texas. And that's what you take to go up to Dallas. It's pretty much our major highway is Interstate 35, but Mopac or Loop 1 is going to be that inner city highway.
Right on. And so again, a nice sized yard as well, but which is spectacularly green, I might add.
Yeah, and that's not Photoshop. They water the heck out of it.
So 5801 Colonnade, is that ours, or Colonnade?
Colonnade, yeah. So this one's in a very nice exclusive neighborhood called Davenport Ranch. And I wanted to show this because I wanted to show that you could get a very nice sized home 5-10 minutes from downtown Austin in the premier Eanes School District, one of the top school districts in the state of Texas. This is also located right around the corner from a shopping area called Davenport Ranch that has, that's where my dentist is. There's Mexican food restaurants with second floor porches with hill country views. There's shopping, high-end shopping. There's really great churches. It's also really close to Pennybacker Bridge, which is also known as the 360 Bridge. You guys should Google that. It's a beautiful architectural bridge that was made years ago that is in a lot of photos. When you see Austin, you usually see this bridge. It's right around the corner from this neighborhood. And I wanted to show that you could actually get a nice size luxury home in one of the top school districts in the state of Texas and right around the corner from downtown Austin. And this is located right off another inner city highway. It's a little bit smaller of a highway. It's called Capital of Texas Highway, otherwise known as 360. So MOPAC or Loop 1 is kind of the north-south highway. Capital of Texas is more of that east-west highway.
And so for 142, now did this actually sell at 1,420,000?
No, it's still on the market.
On the market. And 4 bedrooms, 5 baths, almost 5,000 square feet on an 11,000 square foot lot, 1984 construction. And it was really hard to, I'm sure it was hard to find just which exact photos you wanted to use because there were so many spectacular ones.
Yeah, in this neighborhood, the homes, there's 2 sections. One section, there's homes from the 80s, and one of the sections is from the 90s. This particular home, the reason why it's a little bit more of a challenging of a sale is because it's on a slope lot, so the bedrooms and everything else are actually on the second floor. So that's actually the second floor or the bottom floor, and when you walk in, you're on the top floor, which is where the kitchen is.
Oh,
Yeah, some people aren't huge fans of that. The cool thing about this neighborhood too, though, is you get hill country views from probably about 70 or 80% of the homes. Usually to get the hill country views, you have to go out further west.
I got to ask you, Ricky, is that photoshopped in any way?
No.
Is there a some sort of a filter that's making that sky that color?
Nope.
All right.
We have amazing sunsets here in the hill country. It's just a very rare, the Texas hill country, most people think of that as Dripping Springs or further out west from Austin. Part of the reason that this area, Westlake Hills, the Eanes School District, part of the reason why this area is so popular is because we do have the rolling hills within Austin in this area. It's really the only place in Austin proper where you will find this. And that's part of the reason why people really love it that are coming from California. When they come here, they want to have those rolling hills. We call them mountains. Some people call them hills. But this area really resonates well with our California clients because of the topography.
It's not just flat.
Yep.
I have to say, I was tempted just to put an offer in on this one.
So yeah, so this one's super cool. I wanted to feature this one. We just went under contract on this one on Monday. And this is actually in the neighborhood I live in. It's called Travis Country. It's a very unique neighborhood. It's in the middle of the Barton Creek Greenbelt, which is one of the most popular outdoor park areas within our city. And it's a really unique neighborhood because you have 3 sections. You have a section built from 72 to 70 or to 83. 72 to 78, 81 to 83, and then 97 to 99. And the homes go anywhere from 500,000 up to, some of the ones in the back go up to 4 or 5 million. This one though was just so unique because of the architectural design. This was actually built by a builder called, his name was J.W. Smith. He was one of the very famous builders in the 70s that built homes in Travis Country and in another neighborhood down the road called Western Oaks. The thing that everyone really loves about Travis Country is that it's they have great schools. It's in the middle of the Barton Creek Greenbelt. We have 2 different amenity areas, 3 different swimming pools, tennis courts, basketball courts, and it's 2 exits from downtown Austin. It's the only neighborhood in Austin that when you're inside the neighborhood, you feel like you're in the country, but it's a 10-minute ride to downtown Austin and a very affordable lift ride. And this particular home was just so cool. We actually call it the tree house in Travis Country, just because of the architectural design, the windows. It's very rare too in this particular neighborhood for homes to have hill country views, and this one did. And so it was pretty popular with buyers. We wound up getting multiple offers on this one too, of course.
Well, and again, what Kimberly was talking about is it's hard to find a home that doesn't have vaulted ceilings. Thank goodness. It just provides so much volume and space and light and life.
Yeah. No, this is a fantastic property. It's really cool. And actually they moved here from California, and now they're moving to Australia because her husband has some family there, but they actually came from California. Part of the reason they like this house is because they saw the hill country.
Right.
And this is all work that they did in the master, the concrete shower,
Mhm.
reclaimed barnwood on the vanity. They did all this work themselves.
And who wouldn't want to sit there and, if you're working from home, look out those windows?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, this was a beautiful property.
This was a pièce de résistance right here. This really wonderful deck just kind of going out to give you the views.
Yeah, and I mean, so affordable to be in. It's not in the Eanes School District. It's in Austin Independent School District. There are different feeder patterns within Austin. This is arguably known as the second best feeder pattern in Austin. But again, if you can imagine, just beyond those live oak trees, if those trees weren't there, you would see the skyline of downtown Austin, but you're encapsulated by this Barton Creek greenbelt. It's absolutely beautiful.
It is absolutely beautiful. And so I'm wondering if anyone has a question for Ricky about Austin in particular. It's okay if you don't, that's fine. That was such, I'm sorry.
One thing I would speak to is, you know, when we're working with, and I'm not sure how many people on the call are considering moving here or considering investing here. So far, I've heard more people speaking of investing. When we're meeting with our investors, we really have a conversation of, are you looking more for the cash flow? Or are you looking more for your year-over-year appreciation? The outerlying areas, you're going to see a lot of cash flow and decent appreciation. And then in Austin, in the high appreciating areas, you're going to break even or cash flow a little bit. That you can bank on that 7 to 12% every year, because we've seen it. Even in the downturn, those areas were getting 5, 6, 7%. So that's kind of, it's a tale of two markets. And so sometimes we have people that want to diversify. They'll get a few, you know, maybe in Cedar Park, one in Round Rock, where you can get something for 250, 300, where they have the good cash flow. They're maybe getting 3% every year. And then that same investor will buy a couple in Austin, where they're maybe only cash flowing $100, $200 a month at most, but they know that they're getting that year-over-year appreciation. So it's a Central Texas is great for that diversification of your investments.
Ricky and Kimberly, I'm going to ask you this as well in just a moment. What is a good kind of the gold standard capitalization rate that you're looking for in an investment? Would it be more like a 5% capitalization rate, or and maybe you're not, that's not really what y'all are looking at over there as well. Maybe it's just the cash on cash.
It's really just more cash on cash. I don't know if that's is that for you too, Kim?
Yes, cash on cash is really what we focus on.
All right.
Ricky, there's a lot of companies that moved to Austin. So recently, Tesla, I believe, is going to Austin, right?
Yep.
What other companies are heading up?
Google, Apple, Samsung.
Jeez.
We're literally, y'all, we're the new Silicon Valley. It's incredible what's happening, and it's happening quick. We don't have any state income taxes. Austin's very favorable to bringing those companies in, so they're doing a lot of stuff for them. And Austin's fun. I mean, you know, all these different awards that the Kiplingers and you know, all these different websites give for best of this, best of that, best of this. Y'all, Austin's pretty much in every single one in the top 10 for any category there is. It's a fun place to live, and it's a diverse culture. So it's an easy, part of the reason companies are coming here. It's easier to recruit top talent because everybody wants to live in Austin.
What's the weather like compared to Dallas, since you've been to Dallas and just to?
Yeah, I personally prefer the weather a little better down here, just because, and better than Houston too. In Dallas, it tends to be a little windier. We don't have the same tornado action and so forth that happens in Dallas, in Austin. And then Houston has the hurricanes and the high humidity. We don't get that in Austin. We're kind of insulated from that. The one thing I love about Dallas weather,
Duke's up.
Yeah. Well, the thing I love about Dallas weather, though, they get a lot of snow. We literally might have 3 days where we see snowflakes. It stays for a hot minute and then it's gone. So for us to see snow and be able to enjoy that, we always get to go to Dallas. And it's fun. It's nice that they have professional sports teams too. We get to go to San Antonio to see NBA games. It's only an hour away, but I really love that about Dallas as well.
Yeah, I definitely think that he's dead on. I didn't realize that as far as your wind there is a little different compared to Dallas, but I think also when it comes down to my real estate investors, what we find is that, like you said, we have our sports teams right here in Frisco, here in the area. And so I also look at cash on cash, right? Because if I'm buying houses that were built 30 and 40 years ago that have copper underneath your homes, you're going to have to deal with that cash issue where you're still dealing with those costs for repairs. So we do get a chance to, for that same 260, 275, put you in a brand new rental in a brand new neighborhood here that has excellent schools. Because I believe that North Texas is definitely more focused on family and the outpour of exemplary school ratings. So you have more of a family atmosphere, and it's about the children here. Hence the reason that Frisco is all based upon family entertainment within a walking space. So I definitely think it, from new construction for investors, that's what they seem to really love, is the fact that our homes are brand new subdivisions and brand new houses that you don't have to worry about doing any repairs on for the next 5 to 7 years versus some of the older homes in some of the other cities around Frisco and Plano and McKinney.
And of course, there's only one way to find out which one you're going to like more, and that's to go visit.
Absolutely.
Incredible cities, right?
And Kim, we see that too. We see that investors prefer the newer home communities because of the, not having to worry about repairs and deferred maintenance and things of that issue. And of course, we have awesome inspectors for ones that are older, but we see that same thing too.
Absolutely.
I'm painfully aware of the fact that these two speakers are 2 hours ahead of the rest of us here in California. It's 8 o'clock our time. It's 10 o'clock their time. I can't thank you enough, Kimberly and Ricky, for joining us today to share your expertise, to spend the time going through the different properties in the different neighborhoods. And I want to thank everybody who was on the call with us today for participating and asking questions and just being a part of the process, and hoping anybody who's actually watching this on recording right now will just give us a call. We'll make sure to get you in contact with Ricky or Kim to ask them more questions, to go meet them when you're ready to actually purchase something in one of their fine cities. And you'll have to let us know whether you chose Dallas or Austin, who's going to win, because the Dukes are up.
And you can't go wrong. To be honest, Austin and Dallas, there's San Antonio and Houston, Waco. If I had to live somewhere in Texas outside of Austin, it would be Dallas. After that, I would just move out of Texas.
Quick question, Chuck, for both of them.
Yes, Carlos.
Do you guys deal with multifamily or?
Yes.
We do ours in this room. Absolutely.
Duplex, triplex, fourplex. We don't have a lot of fourplexes in our market, and where they are located usually tend to be high crime areas. So we don't do a ton of those. We do a lot of duplexes though.
Same here. So we have more triplexes. You don't see, like you said, many of there's not a lot of fourplexes in the area, but triplexes and duplexes are definitely something we sell quite a bit of. Multifamily is a real big feature here. Lots of new construction around multifamily in this area.
Excellent. Great.
I've had the pleasure of referring a lot of clients to Ricky, and their team is amazing. So for the record.
Oh, thank you, Chessie. Air hug.
I'll see you soon, Ricky. I'm going to be there.
Hey, yeah, Chuck has all my contact information.
Great.
Mary, thank you so much for joining us as well. We're so glad that you were with us.
Thank you so much. It was so informative. I've really learned a lot, enjoyed listening to all this great information.
Great.
Excellent. We're so
Thank you, Chuck and John, for doing this, putting it together.
Yes, thank you, Chuck.
For being part of the process, and we look forward to hearing good things from you all as we move forward through into this next 2021.
Absolutely.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you again. I appreciate it. It's nice meeting everyone.
Same here.
I'll see you too.
Have a blessed
Bye,
evening.
guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.